Our story begins with a lonely pet chameleon living inside a small glass tank. He spends his days performing dramatic plays with plastic toys, pretending he's a great actor or hero. In reality, he's just a bored lizard with way too much imagination. His peaceful fantasy life ends abruptly when the car he is travelling in swerves, sending his tank flying out onto the scorching desert road. The tank shatters, and our confused green hero finds himself alone under the blazing sun, trying to understand what just happened. He wanders through the desert, stumbling over rocks, sand, and his own panic. Is this how I die? But, surprisingly, fate brings him a companion. He meets Beans, a tough, no-nonsense iguana who looks like she could fight a cactus and win. She reluctantly guides him toward a dusty little town called Dirt, a place where water is rare, tempers are hot, and everyone is suspicious of strangers. When Rango enters the saloon in Dirt, every pair of eyes turns toward him. The townsfolk stare like he's some exotic alien who wandered in from another planet. Well, he kind of did. To impress them and avoid looking clueless, the chameleon quickly invents a fictional identity. He dramatically names himself Rango, claiming to be a legendary gunslinger who once defeated 7 brothers with a single bullet. The crowd gasps, amazed by this bold, absolutely made-up story. Then fate steps in again. A vicious hawk swoops into town, causing chaos everywhere. Rango panics, runs, and through pure dumb luck, the hawk ends up crashing to its death. The entire town believes Rango killed it intentionally, treating him like a fearless hero. The mayor, impressed by this bravery, appoints Rango as the new sheriff of Dirt. Rango suddenly goes from lonely, lost pet to local celebrity. But the town's biggest problem still hangs over everyone like a cloud. There's almost no water left, and nobody knows why. As the new sheriff, Rango tries to act confident, but the town's water crisis grows more alarming. Every Wednesday, water is supposed to flow into Dirt, yet the pipes remain bone dry. People grow desperate, tensions rise, and whispers spread that someone might be stealing the water. Rango forms a small team to investigate. Beans joins him, along with a few tough-looking townsfolk who seem ready to fight anything except thirst. Their search leads them to a gang of outlaw moles who've stolen the town's last water jug. A wild, chaotic chase erupts across the desert. Bats swoop from above, wagons crash, and dust clouds explode everywhere. Rango, feeling the pressure of being sheriff, decides it's time to confront someone who might hold answers: the mayor. The old turtle sits in his wheelchair like a calm villain who's already planned 10 steps ahead. Rango questions him about the missing water, but the mayor responds with smooth, unsettling wisdom. Control the water, and you control everything. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Before Rango can process this red flag, the mayor summons the one creature everyone fears: Rattlesnake Jake. With a machine gun for a tail and a voice that could scare thunder, Jake slithers into town, demanding to know who the so-called hero really is. Under this pressure, Rango cracks. Jake exposes him as a fraud, and the townspeople look betrayed. Humiliated, Rango admits he's no hero, no gunslinger, just a scared chameleon pretending to matter. With his confidence shattered, he walks away from Dirt, leaving the town hopeless once again. Alone in the vast desert, Rango wanders without purpose. His confident swagger is gone. Even his shadow seems disappointed in him. Eventually, he collapses on a lonely road and encounters a mysterious figure known as the Spirit of the West, a wise, cowboy-like legend riding a golf cart full of golden Oscars. Subtle flex. The Spirit doesn't sugarcoat anything. He tells Rango that heroes aren't born, they're made through courage, truth, and facing fear. These words strike deep. Rango finally realizes he doesn't need a fake identity, he just needs to be himself. Recharged with new determination, Rango heads back toward Dirt. He sneaks in quietly, observing the town from the shadows. What he discovers shocks him. The mayor has been secretly redirecting the water, storing massive amounts underground. He plans to force Dirt's people to abandon their land so he can build a luxurious new city for the wealthy. Rango returns to Dirt and secretly teams up with Beans. He tells her the truth. The mayor has been stealing the water and planning a rich new city while the town dies. Beans is furious and agrees to help. They form a plan to break the pipeline and free the water. Rango steps out and confronts the mayor. No more pretending. But the mayor brings back Rattlesnake Jake. A tense standoff begins. Rango stands firm, showing real courage this time. The mayor traps Rango and Beans inside a glass tank and starts filling it with water to drown them. But Jake realizes he's been used. Bad choice, Mayor. Jake breaks the tank, frees them, and grabs the mayor, dragging him away into the dark. With the mayor gone, Rango rushes to the pipeline. He triggers the system, and water bursts through the desert like a miracle. The town of Dirt finally sees real hope. The people celebrate, cheering as the precious water returns after so long. Beans looks at Rango with pride. This time, he didn't lie, didn't act, didn't pretend. He became a true hero by facing his fear and standing for the town. The sheriff they needed, at last. Rango accepts the sheriff's badge again, but now with confidence instead of ego. The townsfolk welcome him with respect and joy. Dirt begins to heal, proving that courage can change everything. The story ends with Rango walking proudly through the town he saved, finally becoming the legend he once only imagined.